What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium where I react to video game music as a musician myself. Today is the return of Final Fantasy 11. This song is called Awakening. This is a 2-for-1 video because I'm also hearing the one from the FF Records Keeper version. This is requested by MDS and Pepita. Thank you. I didn't think I was going to get back to 11 so soon after doing like a little series of them, but I've become a big fan of the soundtrack, and when I heard the Sanctuary of Zata, I just kind of like, whoo, you know, and same with the Pioneers. It's a really good soundtrack. So, and this is from the channel Kumi Tanioka, which is the composer of the song. So, without further ado, Awakening from FF11. First the original, and then the FFRK. Let's go. Just in the first like 5 seconds, it's already way more menacing than the other ones that I've heard. The energy feels very dark. Okay. Still got the singing in the background though. Oh. Ooh. Are they still holding that vocal note? Okay, I think it went away. I was just saying, I haven't heard music from 11 that's like boss energy yet. This is the first time. It's like a controlled chaos. It hasn't like exploded. It's just kind of like lingering, or like a phase 1 or something. Feels like a sacrifice or someplace I just shouldn't be. I can imagine like a sigil or something. Ooh. I just imagine like a bunch of candles everywhere. This soundtrack is so underrated. Wow. You know what's funny about this song name? It's called Awakening. And I'm hearing this at 6 in the morning. Everyone's asleep right now. And here I am, listening to FF11. sounds like we've now have lightened the mood. Lovely horns. Yeah. Alright, it's almost over. Alright, okay. Sick. Well, I think I've only heard Record Keeper once. And I'm not sure exactly what it is. I'm guessing it's like a spin-off. So it's just the same song, I guess. The channel is Nicoya Games. And it's just Awakening. I'm not sure who's the arranger, but that was great. Let's go. Sounds like Bloodborne or something. Oh, maybe it's connected to this character? Which looks like a boss. Let me know how many years were between 11 and FF Arcade. It's like almost all orchestral now. Ooh. Thanks, YouTube. A rare glitch. I don't know if this ever happened while recording. In 2 years. The drums sound more distant. They're not hitting as hard, but still cool. Sounds more alive. Definitely more orchestral. I don't remember if there was a female vocal in the original. Feels so like heavens and like Olympian, you know, Titan battle. Pretty faithful remix. Where have I heard that? I've heard that. Sounds amazing, though. Very big, very epic. Ooh. Going from heavy to light is something, but going from light back to heavy is like a jarring feeling. Oh. All right, record keeper. There's a lot to take in, right? I didn't take any notes down. I don't do that anymore. But let me just recollect everything. That was a lot. Okay, first of all, before I forget, that one melody that was in this one with the female vocal, da na 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 na. I swear I've heard that somewhere, and I don't know where. I would have to assume it's another Final Fantasy, but it's driving me crazy that I've heard that. I don't know where. Anyways, but I did recognize that. I think it sounds like a melody that would have. Anyways, first thing was immediately. Like, in the first couple seconds. I said this not too long ago in my other FF11 videos. I'm like, I have yet to hear music from this game. Not that it was a bad thing either, but I said that. It's all been very kind of mellow. Really chill vibes, nature, a little spooky. Not spooky, but like, you know, kind of just like lingering darkness. And like, I kind of envision the music from this game like being like in the wilderness at night or something. Just kind of nice yet sort of unpredictable, but it never really got intense. I never heard anything that sounded like boss music, or the BPM was never like too high. And then this one starts off with like the drums pounding right away. So immediately I was like, oh, is this a boss fight, or are we getting like towards a boss fight? It felt very Ascension. This one I didn't get the typical like nature-ish vibes of 11. It was more I don't know if it's just because I just played Hades, but it definitely felt very like Mount Olympus and like again the Ascension and like clouds and sky. Like I kept thinking of, you know, we're up, we made it all the way up here type of thing, like a high altitude. But it's the closest I got to hearing like some sort of energetic boss-ish like theme from this game. And I'm glad that he's got that variety. I would hope so. You know, it's a big game, but it's the first time I've heard it. And honestly, I don't even know what it is. So it could not even be a boss theme, but I'm just saying it's the first time I experienced that, like the genre here. The original version was really cool. They were both really cool, but I'm not gonna like choose a favorite. But the first one, the original, had bigger drums, No, let me rephrase that. The drums are more in your face. You know, they were mixed a little differently, a little bit more treble and more closer in the mix. So you kind of felt them more. And it just had this kind of driving energy that I really liked. And also the little do, you know, I think it was like on a keyboard, whereas I think the other one was all on strings. The other thing that's kind of stood out is I'm not sure if the FF Arcade version had it, but the original had this like long throat note that was going forever, like in the background. It's like, I don't think I heard that in the other one. Maybe. I don't think I did though. And yeah, it was just really good. You know, it's set the foundation. Whereas the Record Keeper version, now I'm going to assume because people usually pick thumbnails based on relevant information that has to do with this character, which, you know, just by the vibes, right? You take a portrait of a character and they're looking down at you. It's, you know, kind of saying they look down on you, they're above you, they're a boss or something. So that's what I'm getting. I don't know if this is like an original character to 11 or if it's one of the many recycled kind of characters we see in FF, like your Bahamut's, you know, that kind of stuff. So I'm not sure. This version, at first, kind of, I was like, you know, it's okay. But it went on full on the orchestral route. The drums were now way in the back and didn't hit as hard, which was the one thing I was hoping would stay. But it was okay. I could still understand it. And it was all strings, horns, violins, all that, right? So it felt very much like a live performance, a la Distant Worlds type of thing. But this one had a little bit more play with the vocals. And including that one, whatever that was. But overall, the whole song kind of felt like, I don't want to say uplifting because that's not the right thing here. It just felt dark, but not evil per se, just dark. Dark and going up. It's kind of the only like themes I got in my head. It's a little vague, but that's just what I got. But I think overall, like, I really enjoyed it because everything I said prior of the music from this game has surprised me, and I've yet to hear something that's, you know, kind of bombastic, and this was it. So now a soundtrack that I already thought was underrated and full of good stuff now has another layer to it, which is good. I like variety, and I like that it can go places. That means it's very dynamic, and, you know, I really appreciate that kind of stuff. It's kind of one of the reasons why, like, back in the days, I would never buy albums of bands. I know it sounds weird and kind of random out of nowhere, but, you know, like, sometimes, like, I like a band or something, but sometimes, not always, but I don't want to listen to, like, the whole record because it's just all the same thing. Unless you find a band that has variety. That's just me, though. That's just a me thing. What I'm saying is I just appreciate, you know, the vast colors of music. But that was great. Awakening. Both versions are really good. They both brought their own thing to the table. But the last thing I'll say is just FF11 rules. You know, I've had the community kind of like come out of the shadows. They're like, hey, I still play this. This game is cool, and which blows me away that people still play this. But I guess that speaks volumes. But I will say that in my very brief time in this video game music world and the FF world, it seems like 11 is one of those like really just underrated ones. Everyone just always talks about like the main games, but I feel the ones that don't get talked about musically are 11, 12, 15 kind of. I've heard some things about 15, but not many. Like, people only talk about like a handful of songs from 15, and then like a few from like 5 below, not the store. But 11, you almost like never. I never really heard about. Anyways, I'm rambling. Song was cool. Awakening. Awesome. Thank you to MDS and Pepita. Thanks to the FF11 community. Thanks to everyone here. I cannot be here without them. Like, thanks to these people. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse in the auditorium. Peace.